Hey guys, happy National Pound Cake Day. So yes, today March 4th is indeed National Pound Cake Day. I have my festive pound cake shirt on today, and today we're gonna go to Pound Town together and talk about the pound cake candles from Bath & Body Works. They actually have a number of pound cake candles, believe it or not, so we're just gonna go through all of the pound cake candles together and celebrate National Pound Cake today. So let's get right into it. So of course, the first pound cake candle we have from Bath & Body Works is Strawberry Pound Cake. Of course, none other, the one that gets repackaged the most. This one is fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and dollop of whipped cream. This is indeed the original one, and you can see this one is starting to do that like rusting thing that the lids do with a lot of like the vanilla fragrance oils tend to do that. But in any case, this is quite delicious. You get that really awesome buttery vanilla pound cake fragrance in there mixed with a sweet and kind of artificial but still juicy strawberry jam fragrance. This is out all the time. It's in the White Barn Core line. It's also coming up in the new like spring Mother's Day collection as well. So of course strawberry pound cake is like the pound cake fragrance that kind of started it all. Although this is not the very first pound cake fragrance that we've got from Bath & Body Works, but we'll talk about that a bit later. So strawberry pound cake is number one on our pound cake list right here. Number two, oh my god, I love this one, but it's a one-hit wonder, and this was just so off-putting to so many people on cold that I just don't know if this is ever going to come back again. But it is indeed pineapple pound cake right here, and that's what that looks like. This one is fresh pineapple, sweet vanilla pound cake sprinkled with powdered sugar. This was weird because it was kind of like a fall fragrance, even though it's totally a summer fragrance. But this one kind of honestly has like a questionable burn. Sometimes it burns fine, but sometimes it kind of burns like trash. But yeah, this one's still really weird on cold. You get like a sour, plasticky pineapple that's kind of slightly covered in brown sugar, and then you get a like cakey note. But when you go to light this up, it's so scrumptious and delicious, and it's like the perfect like blend of like a fresh, juicy, sweet fruit pineapple fragrance mixed with that awesome like pound cake vanilla cake fragrance. It even has that like awesome like texture that you would want from a pound cake fragrance. It's actually quite delicious and pretty strong too. I think I went through at least 2 or 3 of these. Love it. But pineapple pound cake right there was totally off-putting, but this one's one that you do not want to judge a book by its cover. So pineapple pound cake right there. The next pound cake we have is, this one's actually in the new packaging that's coming up for the new spring release. And this ice lemon pound cake right here. I just love this like yellow wax and just like the plain old school BBW label. It's just so cute. This one is sugary glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy pound cake and whipped cream. I have burned this one. It performs great. It's just as strong as the one from last year. So we love it. This one's really delicious. I think I might actually like this better than strawberry pound cake because that like moist, bouncy texture of the pound cake that's also buttery is perfectly captured in here. And then you also get like if the vanilla glazing was also kind of like melting into the lemon pound cake. It's just that whole experience like just into one candle, and it's really delicious. But yeah. Then you get that like puckery lemon fragrance in there that's sugary but zesty at the same time, and it's just strong and awesome. Love it. Ice lemon pound cake right there. We then have Market Peach and Strawberry Pound Cake. So this is kind of like your peach pound cake fragrance, and that's what that looks like right there. This one is Juicy Peaches, Golden Shortcake, and Whipped Cream. So this one's kind of weird because like you would think it's strawberry and peach mixed together, but I honestly just kind of get like just peach mixed with the pound cake note of Strawberry Pound Cake and not so much the strawberry jam. It's indeed that very like quintessential trash bag peach fragrance that you get from Market Peach. Has that like tangy, plasticky quality to it, but then it kind of rounds it out by like a kind of vanilla, sweet pound cake buttery action kind of gets mixed in there. It's actually quite delicious. It's very similar to the peach meringue fragrance that we've had before, but I think peach meringue actually has a little bit more vanilla than even this does, and I feel like the peach in this is actually even stronger than peach meringue is. But if you want a peach pound cake fragrance, this was quite delicious. This was my favorite from that blends collection that we got that year. So that's Market Peach and Strawberry Pound Cake right there. And I believe the 5th pound cake fragrance, which was the original one, was the Pink Lemonade Pound Cake Candle from the Sweet Shop collection. Originally, it was a test fragrance, so it did not go wide, but I was able to pick it up at Columbus back when that was a test store. I think it was the Easton Town Center location. I remember picking that up. I don't have that in my collection anymore, but it also came out as a happy birthday one as well. That version wasn't quite as delicious or scrumptious. Like it was stronger, but it also smelled a lot more artificial and kind of like not great. I think I actually sold off my backup of Happy Birthday and then blew through the very first one. That one was vanilla pound cake, raspberries, and lemon glaze. It's kind of like a precursor to both strawberry pound cake and lemon ice lemon pound cake in the sense that it was pink lemonade. But that one had a slightly different, more like crumbly type of pound cake fragrance that was a little bit different from like the buttery pound cake we got in the lemon pound cake and the strawberry pound cake. But there was something kind of like artificial and like that weird like corn chips cake vibe that we often get with Bath and Body Works was in there. And I just feel like the second version was just like, it was stronger, but like cheaper smelling as a result. So it wasn't great. So that one's probably actually like my least favorite of the ones in the bunch, but probably the cutest packaging in the original Sweet Shop collection. I do have to say, if you're really jonesing for that fragrance, the Key Lime Coconut Donut fragrance from Yankee Candle that's out in the Easter collection is actually very, very, very similar to it. So I would check that out. So that's the actual 5 pound cake fragrances we have from Bath & Body Works. But I did want to throw in a few more like could be pound cake fragrances, because at the end of the day, like, it is all marketing and naming. It's not like they took a pound cake essential oil, presumably, and shoved it in there and it has to be a definitive pound cake fragrance. They change the name in the notes all the time. It's just truly marketing. Like, it's literally like somebody going on a computer and just typing words. So in that vein, these 3 fragrances could also be pound cake fragrances. And we have Pink Petal Tea Cake. This could be like a rose petal pound cake, and I would believe it. This one's Pink Rose Petals Pound Cake and Vanilla Glaze. You guys know I love this. It has a similar like vanilla glazed vanilla pound cake like cakey fragrance in here that's actually really sweet, mixed with like a rose petal frosting or icing that's like super juiced up, mixed with strawberry. So it's kind of like, when I burn this, sometimes it kind of reminds me of strawberry pound cake, but with a little bit of a floral action in it. So this could potentially be a pound cake fragrance as well. So if you like their pound cake type of fragrances but want a floral twist, then obviously check out Pink Petal Tea Cake right there. This one could also be a pound cake fragrance. This is kind of a mix of all like their like sort of berry cake gourmand fragrances wrapped up into one. That is Red, White, and Blue Cake right here. This was an abundance for SAS and after SAS. This one's red raspberries, ripe blueberries, whipped vanilla cream, and soft white cake. I actually really enjoyed this. This is my second one. It was in abundance during SAS and post SAS that I don't think this one's gonna come back, so I'm happy to have this one. But this one could be like a berry trifle, berry pound cake, just a blend of berry fragrances. But what I get a lot from this is a mix of blueberry pie, sweet cherry pie, and then also sprinkle birthday cake. It's kind of like if they took all 3 of those and merged it into one. That's what Red, White, and Blue Cake is. And it has a similar cakey, sweet, fruity vibe to it. So I actually really enjoy this one as well. And it's Red, White, and Blue Cake right here. This one smelled like kind of like sour and mildewy on cold. So I think this was just really off-putting on cold, and that's why there was so much left over. But when you go to burn this one, it's actually really nice. So Red, White, and Blue Cake. And lastly, what could potentially also be a pound cake fragrance, if you're looking for a banana pound cake, I would try Banana Bun Cake right here, and that's what that looks like. This one is sweet banana, toasted walnut, and fresh cinnamon. This one's probably the most like warm and toasty of all the cake fragrances, that it leans a little bit more like heavy and dense and a little less light and fluffy, I would say, because this really has that sort of like pumpkin pecan waffles base of like that sort of like brown sugar toasty, slightly oily walnut nut fragrance is mixed in here. But you know, like the image on here, like it looks like a glazed like bundt cake, but that could also be a pound cake at the same time. So it still has like a very artificial, sweet, juicy banana fragrance mixed with a warm cake fragrance. So this could be potentially branded banana pound cake, and I would believe it. So Banana Bun Cake right there. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Pound Town on National Pound Cake Day, and let me know what your favorite pound cake fragrances are, or other pound cake fragrances that you want to see. I feel like blueberry pound cake is not a thing, but there's so many blueberry bakery fragrances that I don't think we really need to go there. What else? I mean, we already have peach pound cake, so there was that too. We already have lemon. Like, what other fruits are there? Like, does anybody want a watermelon pound cake? Is that even a thing? But yeah, let me know what other pound cake fragrances you want to see in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.